Are you an architectural or an interior design business owner? And are you finding it difficult to get consistent quality inquiries coming to your business for good quality projects? Also, do you sometimes find it difficult to keep your project cycle continuous, wherein once your project is at the execution stage, are you not getting other projects to begin with and there's a huge gap in between? Then let me tell you, as a result of all of these problems, I'm pretty sure you could be facing certain consequences like the revenue getting affected, the constant cash flow getting affected, because of which hiring new people, quality people might be a small problem. Now, if you are somebody who wants to solve this problem, then in this particular video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 ways on how you can attract architectural and interior design project inquiries for your firm or your studio. So without a further ado, let's quickly jump onto this, the very first step, and let me just quickly share my screen with you over here. So the step number one is, and the most simplest step of all, is ranking your company on Google. Now, if you are not there on Google, then make sure you do this right now while you're watching this video. And this is so simple. Okay. Now, every single step that I'll be sharing with you, I'll be sharing with you 4 things. The very first thing is the setup process. We won't be going very deep into the setup process. I'll be giving you some idea about it. But yeah, I'll be sharing this thing. The second thing is I'll be sharing with you the pros of this process. Then I'll be sharing with you the cons of that particular method. And also I'll be sharing with you the cost that you require in order to set this thing up. Okay. So the very first thing, ranking on Google, it is super simple. The setup process is very easy, very simple. All you need to do is just go to Google My Business, okay, and just follow the steps that they are giving you. For example, if I just go to Google, type in Google My Business, okay, there you can just click on the very first link, and then you'll come to this kind of a page which says stand out on Google with a free business profile. Okay, now all you need to do is just go to sign in, and over here you need to sign in from your email ID which you have used for your business. If you do not have, just create one. And after that, you can just type in your business name. For example, I can type in Archiswiped Hub. Uh, then you can click on continue. Now, after you click on continue, you'll get these 3 different options. Okay. You can set your business as an online retail, local store, services business for any architect or interior designer. The third option suits the best because you would be visiting the customer's site and places. So make sure that you select as a service business, and then you can click next. And then the very next step would be to select your business category. So if you just type in, like if I type in architect, it shows architecture firm. If I type in interior designer, it will show interior designer, interior decorator, interior architect office. Let's say you're doing both, you can go ahead with this. All right. So, and then just click next and keep going with the next steps. Okay. And in no time, you will have your phone number added, your website added, and your location added onto Google. And boom, you get the very first step done. Now, if you do not have this, make sure that you get this set up because I cannot tell you how important this is and how many people have gotten projects just by doing this one thing. Okay. Because anybody who does not know about any architect, interior designer, they can search you on Google, and if they are near to you, they're more likely to find you. Now, some of the pros of this particular process are that it is very quick and very simple to implement. Okay. And it is free and easy to set up. And the third thing is you can get a lot of projects locally. Okay, near your area in around like 1-2 square kilometer radius or so, you can get like a lot of projects from your area. Now, this process has some cons as well. Okay, some of the cons are that there's too much of competition. Like if I just go to Google and if I type in something like architecture firm near me, you can see that there are just so many different companies. Okay, so there is going to be a lot of competition out there, and then I can just go to next and next and next, and I can just keep going to so many different pages. All right, so there is going to be a lot of competition, and you cannot say that you will rank right on the top. Okay, so if you belong to a certain locality or a certain place where a lot of people are not already on Google, then that might work for you. Or let's say if somebody in your location itself is looking for services, then you might be shown a little bit on the top, but there's no guarantee as such. Okay, the second thing is any kind of projects can show up. You don't have a guarantee that only a 3 BHK project worth of 50 lakhs will come to you. Okay, a very small project worth of 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, or even 30 lakhs can come to you. Okay. And the third con is that top profiles, they only get the best results. So if you are ranking on the top of Google, then you're more likely to get the best results because you tell me, like when you go to Google or you go to some place when you're researching, I mean, you might not be going to the second page or the third page or so, right? You might just be picking up the very first 2-3 people or maybe the top 5 people from that category, right? So that's about it. And the cost is absolutely for free, although there are also paid results, like paid things that you can do over here. You can spend money to get your profile on the top. Okay. Now, again, not all the profiles will come at the top. Only a few profiles might show up at the top. Like if I just search for, let's say, the best architects. Is there any, no, here I cannot see any sponsored posts, but let's say if I just type in top interior designers in Mumbai. Okay, we just go to more places. Yeah, now you can see there is D Life, which is sponsored, uh, Housey Interiors, which is also sponsored. So these people are paying money to Google so that their profile is coming at the top. Okay, so you can do something like this, but again, not every single person who pays money is going to rank over here. Okay, because Google selects profiles based on the multiple things that you need to do. Okay, so this is the very first step, which is you can rank yourself on Google. You can definitely use the free version. Now let's jump on to the second step, which is building a network list and partner programs. Now, as the name suggests, network list is basically a list of people who are in your network, basically people whom you know. It could be your friends, relatives, family members, partners, like anybody who's into your contact. Okay. So let's first quickly go into the setup process. Now, when it comes to the setup process, the very first people are your friends and family. Then your professional contacts. This could be contacts of work, your like vendors, retail store owners, real estate consultants, anybody. Okay. And what you can do is you can just sit down calmly, think about who are those people you know, make a list of all of those people along with their phone numbers and everything, and make sure that you reach out to them, call them, and you explain about your scenario. You tell them about the kind of works that you do. If you've already been running a business for a while and if you already have clients, you can explain the kind of works that you have done for other people. And if these guys know anybody who has any requirement of work, they can reach out to you. And make sure that the reaching out process, you're making it very simple for them. Okay. By possibly giving your phone number, your WhatsApp number, possibly sharing, maybe if you have a website, you can share your website with them as well. All right. And now, along with this, you can also get networking. You can improve your network by going to some networking event like a BNI, Rotary Club. Particularly, these are certain groups which are like very famous. And these events, these groups basically have a lot of business owners from different industries who connect together, and you can actually do a good amount of networking over there. Okay. Although these particular groups, they are paid, which means you'll have to pay some funds, and there are certain activities that you will have to do on a recurring basis, which would take a lot of time. So we'll be going into the cons of this as well. But this is a place where you will get a ready-made network where you can go, but the guarantee of getting a project, it is not always guaranteed. Okay. It's because the groups are not specifically for giving you the project. Okay. You will have to go there, build connections, build relationships, and get the project out from there. All right. So that is the third thing. And the fourth thing is marketplace websites. Now, once you have exhausted all of your personal contacts, okay, then there is time to even reach out to contacts which is beyond your existing network. Okay. This can be done by just going to simple places like Just Dial. You can go to India Mart. Okay. Now, if I just go to Just Dial, I can just find any property consultant. I can just go and type in property consultant, and then you'll find a lot of property consultants who will be shown over here. Okay. So this way you can just straight away go to any particular website as such, any like a marketplace website, and you can get a lot of people. Now, by the way, there is one resource that I would like to share with you. Now, when you go to these websites, what you can do is you can put in the names of all the people, and you can even use this for your personal network as well. Put in their phone number, put in their email ID, the location where they live in, so that from that particular location they might be having a network and you can get project from that particular location. Mention the timings when you will be calling them, or a particular time when they are free, so that you can call them at that particular point of time. And you all you need to do is make this list. Just fill up this entire list and start calling every single person. Okay. So the link to download this this list is in the description. All you need to do is you can go to file and click on make a copy. Okay, just click on file, make a copy, and you will get a copy of this particular doc. Okay, so that is the second thing wherein you can like create a list of your network. Now, along with that, there's also partner program. Now, what do we mean by partner program? Partner program is a program where you can reach out to people who come before you in the customer cycle. For example, if you're an interior designer, okay, now anybody who wants to get their home interior or their office interior done, what do they do before that? Any guesses? If your answer is they will first buy a flat, or they will first buy or rent an office, that is the right answer. Because anybody, they are going to first purchase the flat or rent the flat, and then they will be getting the interiors done, right? So the very first thing is you can reach out to people who come before you, like property consultants, real estate consultants, loan providers. Okay, anybody who is actually like disbursing the loan, because that person is going to know that there's a requirement for an interior that is happening, right? You can reach out to people who are liaisoning architects. Okay, because these guys will know when a design project is going to get started, because they'll be doing the approvals for these kind of projects, right? So you can partner up with these guys in different locations and offer them some commission once you get the project, because you need to make it a win-win scenario for both so that you get the project. Okay. Now, the pros of this particular method is that it is easy to create this list. You just have to sit, go to different websites and make the list. Okay. Now, the second thing is a free method. And another thing is, when these inquiries come to you, they're going to be quality inquiries. Okay. Because these inquiries are coming from trusted sources, from trusted people. So the inquiries are going to be like real good. Okay. But again, the inquiries are not going to be too many. Okay. Now let's quickly go into the cons of this. The cons of this particular method is, most of the people whom you will talk to won't have any project inquiries at all, because this is just going to be like shooting in the dark. You're just reaching out to a lot of people who might be related to your profession or might not be related to your profession. Even if they're related to your profession, uh, chances are they are just busy with their own work and maybe they can't even help you. Okay, so if you are reaching out to 100 people, possibly only 10 to 15 people are going to respond back really well. And out of that, possibly only 2 to 3 people are going to be serious in terms of giving you projects. Okay, even if only if they have them. But even if you're able to get 1 or 2 projects, it is still worth the effort, because the returns that you can make from one 20 lakh, 30 lakh project is just going to be like really awesome. You can just make 10 to 15% returns from that one particular project. Okay. So that is the very first thing. The second con is, you will have to get into continuous follow-ups, because the relationship building, it takes time. Just by doing one call, people are not going to just give you the project. Right? You might have to keep connecting with these people back to back again and again, build relationships. Sometimes you might even have to meet them in person so that you're able to build that friendship and that particular relationship. Okay, so it is time consuming, time taking. It is going to take time. It is going to require too much of effort that you'll have to put in. Then you'll have to put in a lot of personal time. Okay, that's the third con. Too much of personal time is required, because you will be personally reaching out to these guys until or unless you don't have some business development executive who is doing all of these things for you. Okay. And finally, you will have to pay hefty commissions through this method, because the project, if it is coming through, from some vendor or from some, like service provider, then they are going to charge good hefty commissions, because chances are that other service providers are also reaching them out for these kind of projects. Okay. So you got to be ready for that. And finally, the cost. Usually, there's no much cost for this, but the cost that only that you have to pay, the paid thing, is the commissions that you have to pay to people who are asking for commissions. All right. So that is the second method. So if you have not implemented this method, if you have not gone all in, I would definitely suggest you to go all in this particular method, so that you can get, at least even if you get like 2 or 3 projects, it still creates a big difference. Yeah. Now let's move on to the third step. So the third step is creating engaging content on social media. Okay. Now, this particular method, if you look at the setup process, it is difficult and it requires basic learning. Okay. Now, let me tell you, learning in terms of what? You need to know how to create content, what to say, how to structure your content, and you need to have the patience and, that effort taking ability to keep doing that for a very long time. Because content taking, it takes content creation and, content posting and getting results out of content, it takes a lot of time. Okay. And the reason why I can explain this is because I started my journey with content creation for a whole 1 year. I was just posting content. That time I was not making any money, because I just like gotten started. But I used to post content every single day, no matter what. Be it a festival, be it a holiday, be it I'm traveling, one content always used to come on my feed. Okay. And I used to do this on Instagram. So you don't need to go to every single platform initially. You can just pick one platform and you can start posting content. Now, when it comes to the setup process, the very first thing, you will have to learn how to do it. And while you're doing it, the learning automatically happens. The second thing is, regular content creation and posting is required. You cannot just post like 1 or 2 videos and expect like you'll get projects, a lot of projects and inquiries coming in. Absolutely, that's not going to happen. Possibly when you're posting consistently for maybe 1 year, 1.5 year, that is when you will start seeing some results. Okay. So this method is time consuming. I'm already telling you the cons of it. And the third thing is, you'll have to create educational and engaging content at the same time, especially in the form of videos if you can do that. And you need a call to action at the end of every video. So every video that you create, first of all, make sure that you create videos. Now, in the video, make sure you give education, because a lot of people who want to create their home interiors or possibly an architectural structure, okay, most of them, they're just doing it for the very first time in their life. Okay, until or unless they're not a builder or a developer, then it's another scenario altogether. But majority of the people who create their own individual homes, or they're, who are getting their interiors done for their office or something, they are possibly just doing it for the first time, and there is a hell lot of things that they're not aware about. Now, if you can make them aware about the problems that they could face and the solutions that could really help them, and how you can offer those solutions in the best way possible, and if you can, like solve their problems and get them some really great benefits that they're looking for, then they would be really interested. Okay. Now you got to create these kind of videos, short videos, and even long form videos, like how this one is a long form video, or you're sitting down and like listening to it. You got to create them and give a good call to action towards the end. A call to action can be possibly booking a call with you. It could be maybe some action step, maybe a form that you want them to fill so that you can qualify them, or anything. Even in this particular video, at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing a call to action with you guys. And if you want, you can definitely, like take action and move forward to the very next step. Okay, so that you can get a lot of clients and a lot of inquiries coming to your business. All right. So this is the setup process. Now we go into the pros of this. Okay. Now when somebody is consistently watching your content, when somebody is a follower, a dedicated follower, people who come from that source, they are your fans, and they are very highly likely to convert. Okay, they're very quality prospects. So people who come from this source are good quality inquiries. Second thing is, this particular strategy, it not only helps you to get leads, but it also helps you with your brand presence. It improves your brand presence in front of the whole world. Okay, and the third pro is, this really helps you with hiring, because if you're posting architectural or interior design related content, a lot of people who will follow you are going to be architects and interior designers themselves, and a lot of students. So make anytime you want to hire anybody, all you have to do is just post we are hiring kind of a post, and people are going to hire you. Okay, and I mean, and you can hire people. All right. The third thing is the cons. Now, what are some cons of this? The very first thing, it's extremely time consuming. You got to put in a lot of effort every single day in recording videos, editing them, posting them, and doing this consistently every single day. Okay, so and especially if you are the one who is designing, making the drawings, 3Ds, managing the site, supervising contractors, well, that is going to be kind of difficult for you if you're just starting off. Okay, for you to do this consistently, no, you can also do this consistently if you really love doing this. There are like so many content creators whom I have met who are not making a lot of money initially, but because they really love making content, it has given them a good amount of projects. Okay, and the results, it takes time. Okay, so you got to be willing to wait to keep doing things consistently in order to get the results. All right, so that is the cons of it. And finally, when it comes to the cost, mostly this is free, because what we have discussed over here is the organic form of content creation, where you are posting content and people are coming through it. Although there are certain costs that will be required for you in order to create this content. For example, you require like a good device. Okay, you will require a video editing tool. You will require a video editor, like a screen recorder, a video hosting tool, which you can use for taking your videos and all. Okay, so all of those like one-time setup things are going to cost you something. But usually in, like you can even like take videos through your mobile phone. Any decent mobile phone can come up with like good videos. Okay, you don't need to invest a lot when you're starting this game of content. Yeah, so that is the third method. Now let's move on to the fourth step, which is weekly and monthly client outreach. Okay, now what is this? Now this method you can use if you already have a set of clients. Okay, now this is a method which, when I was working in as an architect, as a junior architect, my boss, the head architect, he used to use this method, and it used to get him amazing projects. Okay, now what you do basically is, the setup process is pretty simple and quick, because you just have to reach out to your existing clients. Although what you need to do is, you need a list of your clients where you can keep calling them once in 2 weeks, or once in a week, or once in a month, where you are just talking to them, asking about their health, their day-to-day life, and different things. And you are also asking them if they have somebody in their locality or in their contact who's looking for projects. Now, why are these one of the best people to reach out to, and why is this a different method? It is because these people can really be your amazing reference. Okay, since they've already got service from you, and anybody who comes from them, because they have gotten the service, that person is going to be like a really trusted person. Okay, so if you're not actively reaching out to your existing clients and talking to them on a regular basis, you got to do that. Okay, you might not even get any contact in the first 3-4 calls as well, but possibly in your fifth call or your sixth call, possibly at the sixth month that you're calling, even if you get one project, that creates a huge difference. Okay, the pros of this particular method is that you can get really quality referrals from similar networks from which your existing clients belong to, and there's a very high level of trust. Okay, because you've already done work for those people. Now there are also some cons in this process, which is, you would have already guessed it by now, it is not always consistent. Because come on, until or unless you are not really talking to an influencer who knows a lot of people who wants their home interiors done, or their architectural project constructed, you're not going to get a lot of inquiries, right? So it's not very consistent. It does take a lot of time. It is difficult if you are not an extrovert. Okay, if you cannot always call people, and if you cannot keep talking to them about different topics, then it is going to be a problem. Okay, and finally, this method again is kind of personal time consuming, because every time you will have to take out the time, call people, talk to them. Sometimes in some cases you might also go ahead and meet them, so it is going to take some time. Yeah. And when it comes to the cost, it's absolutely for free because all you have to do is just pick up your phone, call people. So the only money that you're spending is on your mobile phone bill. Okay. So that is the fourth method, which is weekly, monthly client outreach. Now let's move on to the fifth and the final method that we have over here, which is building your own digital pathway. Now let me tell you, I have my own training program where we give one-on-one training to architects and interior designers. We have had architects and interior designers who have already got multiple projects for them in multiple cities in India. And if you are somebody, you can also implement this method. Okay. Now, let me go through this method. The very first step, which is the system, the setup process. I'll be very honest with you. It is difficult and it takes anywhere from 2 to 3 months. Okay. Because there is a lot of learning curve that you will have to go through. So it is a difficult and time consuming process. Second thing is you will have your own platform. You'll have to create your own platform. Particularly, it is your own website, your landing page, and your a digital system that can get you projects. If you want to know more about this, I'll be giving you a link. You will find a link in the description. I've given a short 15-minute video. You can go watch the 15-minute video to get an idea of how some architects and interior designers have implemented this process and how they've got the results. The third thing is for this method to work, you will have to use paid ads, which will take people to your platform. Now, I'll tell you the pros and cons of using paid ads in a while. And the fourth thing is you also use a constant nurturing process wherein once you get a lot of inquiries coming to you, you keep reaching out to them on automation. Okay. So sounds interesting, right? So let's quickly jump into the pros. Now, what are the pros of this method? The very first thing is you can get consistent leads and inquiries on automation without even being there. You might be working in your office, you might be traveling, you might just be sleeping, but these inquiries will keep coming consistently. Right now, my entire calendar is totally booked because of this particular method, and which gives me the freedom to record this video. Okay, so that is the very first step, which is consistent inquiries on automation. The second pro step is that you get quick results after implementation. You don't need to wait for years and years like how you got to do for like social media or even like ranking on Google. The results are certain and consistent as soon as you implement the whole process. Okay, and the third thing is least personal time is required, where the initial time is definitely going to be required in order to set up the whole process. But once you set it up, after that, you don't have to do a lot of running around here and there because the leads are coming to you directly wherever you are. Okay. And the fourth pro is you can get predictable inquiries from targeted location, any location that you want. For example, when it comes to Google, ranking on Google and Google My Business, you are going to get leads from that particular location for which you're ranking for. But over here, you can just target whichever location you want and you can just get people from that particular location. All right. There are certain cons also for this method. The cons are that it requires some learning. It is paid, so you will have to invest funds. But the only thing is, see, there are two ways how anything works. You either pay funds, you pay money, or you invest the time. Okay, now if you cannot invest the time, if you're super busy and if you want quick results, you got to pay the money, right? So it requires learning, and initial time and money is required. All right. Now, when it comes to the cost, it could take anywhere from 2 to 3 lakh rupees for a span of 6 months, 6 whole months. All right. If you want to know more about how this can help you, by the way, it can get you easily 3 to 6 projects in this kind of a budget that you invest. And any one project, even if you consider one project, by the way, the project cost that I'm talking about is minimum 10 to 15 lakhs. Okay. And anything above that, it goes even up to 1 CR, 5 CR, 7 CR as well. All right. In the same budget, by the way. Okay. Now just imagine, even if you get one project worth of just 20 lakh rupees, and if you are doing design plus execution both, okay, you are probably making around 15% on that, which means you end up making 3 lakhs. And that is just one project. If you can just get 3 to 6 projects like this entire amount, just you get the entire return on investment back. All right. So these are the 5 methods. I'll just quickly give you a recap of all the methods. The very first method is ranking on Google. So if you have not done that, make sure that you do this as soon as possible. The second method is building your list of your networking list and partner programs. Third one is creating engaging content on social media. If you are just starting out, I wouldn't suggest you to do this. You can do this if you are good at it and if you like doing it. But this might take up a lot of your time. So going for the first 2 methods would be more ideal for you if you're just starting off. If you already have a few clients, you can use this method. And along with that, ranking on Google if you have not done that, and you can straight away build your own digital pathway. Okay. In order for you to do that, please make sure that you click on the button below in the description. I've given a link to watch a 15-minute video. Once you go to the video, you will find a button to book a call with me. You can directly book a call with me. Also, I'll be giving you a call booking link at the bottom. So you can use that link to book a call with me as well. The appointments won't always be open since it's kind of busy when I get on these calls. I mean, the appointments are not always open, but you can definitely watch my video. You can stay connected. And whenever there is time, you can always book a call. Okay. So these are 5 methods. Hope this video added some value to you. That if you got some value, you can please click on the like button, hit the subscribe button so that you never miss any of these kind of valuable videos coming from me. and looking forward to seeing you in the next video as well. Until then, bye bye, take care, see you in the next one.